This day and age, social media is really, it's taken hold and it is what everybody uses. So marketing, it's never been easier, but at the same time, it's kind of difficult because what the content that people expect these days is a lot different than it used to be. So people kind of want to see how the sausage is made, but they want to see kind of a prettier, curated version of how that sausage is made. They want to see your behind the scenes and they want to see what you're doing, but they also want to see kind of a prettier version of that. So high resolution images that are shot well with good light make a huge difference into what your brand aesthetic looks like. Well, hire a branding photographer first and foremost, but not everybody can do that. I understand that. So you just want to make sure that you're getting clear and bright images to show whatever it is you're trying to show off. So that means putting the product or whatever it is in good light, finding really good window light, a bright room to shoot in. Make sure that you're shooting, your images are straight up and down. Don't go into an editing software and edit a lot and over edit, because that really dates an image. You want things to be clean and simple. And just focus on keeping things less cluttered and cleaning up the area, and don't let the background overpower whatever it is that you're trying to shoot. Those are 3 big tips to throw at you. Well, what a branding photographer is going to do for you, they see things differently than you do. And that's in a good way. And they're going to be able to kind of style your images a little bit more. And a professional photographer is going to know automatically how to come in and choose the right light and have the right editing, and potentially has, the backgrounds or the additional lighting that you may need, or the props or anything like that. They're already going to have that. So they're going to be able to come in and pose you in flattering ways, pose your product in flattering ways, put your product in the right setting, style things, and then go through and edit professionally in a really clean way, so that it becomes more about the images or the product rather than just an overall image. No, actually, cell phones these days, the cameras are really high resolution. So if you can't afford to hire a branding photographer, your phone will work. It'll do the job. The thing that is the kicker is getting your product or person or whoever it is or whatever it is that you're photographing. Make sure that they're in the right light. The right light in a bright room is better than anything that you can get. You can use the same stuff with a real camera or a phone, and it looks really good. If you're shooting a product, getting on level with the product is a really big thing. You can shoot from above. There's no rules. You can really shoot from whatever direction, but product photography really looks great whenever you're on the same level as the product. So that's a big kicker. And I'm always going to preach about the light. The light is number one. So if you can find a really well-lit room that has soft, diffused light, and that kind of means the sun isn't coming in really harsh, and you can use white curtains. White curtains will block out harsh light, but still let in the ambient light, and that makes for really pretty soft light to shoot products in. It's also really great for headshots and things like that. So just make sure that whoever it is you're photographing is facing the light, and that may mean that you have to stand in front of the light, in which case you kind of have to be a little creative with how you have to offset them so that you're not blocking the light that's coming onto their face. I tell people a lot to buy fabric shower curtains, and they're really great diffusers, and you can get those at the dollar store. So things like that really make or break with the light. And like I said, clean up the room, or go into a room where there is nothing and clean off the table, and just make it about the product. Oh yeah, definitely. Because like I said, people want to see how the sausage is made. They want to know who the people are, who are the behind the scenes. And so really good headshots that flatter the individual and show who they really are really helps. It helps to put a face with a name. So if somebody is contacting your company and they're emailing back and forth, it's really nice to to have a face with the name. It provides a connection. It provides a connection to your company, and then that person becomes more invested into your business. And whenever you create a tribe like that, then that just means that person is out there being a cheerleader for your business and referring your business more and more. It just depends on who you have and how in-depth you're wanting the shoot to last. But I mean, you can probably expect to spend, between $500 all the way up to like $2,000. It just totally depends on what you want. But it's a really good investment into your business. It's a tax write-off. These are images that you're gonna be able to use for months. And I know when somebody hires me, the way that I shoot the images, I don't put a limit on the amount of images that I hand over to you. I shoot however many we can get in the time allotted. And so what that means is you will have a gallery full of images that you can download and you can use in multiple different ways. It's endless, the creativity that you can have once you have decent images of your product or people. You can use them in however many ways that you can be creative with. A 2-hour branding session can result in months and months worth of social media content for your business. So it's obvious that you have to be good at whatever it is that you're offering, but you have to learn how to talk to your customer. You have to learn how to put everything out there on the table. You have to educate your client. You have to manage expectations. But then on the back end, you have to learn how to do your taxes, and you have to learn how to do all of that boring stuff. And so that would be my big suggestion. And sometimes that means that you might have to go get a job doing whatever it is you're doing on your own and learn how to do it first, and then branch out and go open your own business. So really learning the ins and outs of how to run a business are big.